Okay, I'm going to be playing some Pauper this week. Oh, cool, got a game. I'm going to be using the mono black aggro deck. I have a few changes to it since when I showed it on my channel. I put a few shrivel in the sideboard, and I don't have all my chittering rats. I didn't realize I didn't have them, but for whatever reason I don't, so I'm running 2 Phyrexian Broodlings at the 3 mana slot, as well as 2 chittering rats. Other than that, this deck is exactly what I showed you. I'm just going to cast the Carnophage turn 1. I could have cast the Duress, but I don't think that it's too important unless he is just going to kill the Carnophage. So, we'll see what happens. Just most decks don't have a big play turn 1 anyway. Yeah, there's a Blossoming Sands. So this could be green-white slivers, or green-white tokens maybe? I don't know a lot of decks that play Blossoming Sands though. It could be the Acid Trip deck splashing green for some reason. I don't know. A lot of things it could be. So this turn I am going to cast the Duress because I do want to get some idea of what's going on. So there's a Scion of the Wild, Kozilek's Predator, 2 Eldrazi drones. I think I'm just going to get rid of the Raise the Alarm. Because that is the only spell that he's actually able to cast with the land in his hand. And it's great when my opponent just can't cast spells. That's a good thing for me. So we'll see if he has any way to respond to that. If he just plays his land and does nothing, that'd be great. Nope, there's a Guild Gate. So that does mean that next turn he will be able to recover from that. Pay him at 1 life. So Sangoraphage or Dauthi Slayer, and I think I'm just gonna go with the Dauthi Slayer. Well, he didn't have anything that could block the Sangoraphage in hand, actually, so let's go Sangoraphage. And I probably should have done that post-combat, but it doesn't really matter. He doesn't have anything resolved. So there's not much he could do about it. Either way, I just saw his hand, and I know that his only draw was Selesnya Guildgate, so let's see what he plays for his 3-drop. Probably, I don't know. We'll see what he plays. Scion of the Wild. So he's playing that as a 1/1, which is great. This is going to be one of those decks that I specifically put Shrivel in my sideboard for, because it will be very strong against all of his tokens. Pay him a 1 life. Pay him a 2 life. There we go. Chainer's Edict. Yeah, that's about the perfect draw here. So if next turn I could just draw a land, cast my Grey Merchant, and hit him for like 1 billion with it, that'd be great, because he's gonna go to 12 here probably. Yeah, he goes to 12. I get rid of his creature. Cast my Slayer. Pass the turn. And then next turn, if I draw a land, I can just shoot him for, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then, yeah, there we go. That is the concession. Let's get into the sideboarding. I am going to want to bring both of my Shrivels. Do I want to bring in the rest of the Duress? I saw a lot of stuff that I could hit with Duress and Dead Weight, so I feel like I can bring both of those. I'm going to leave the Complete Disregard. So that'll mean I can take out those extra Phyrexian Broodlings. I did not see the removal that I would be wanting to take them in for. And then I need to cut 4 more. And generally my next cut is the Sangoraphage. So yeah, just run it back. Okay, we're back with game 2. And he's deciding whether or not to mull. This is going to be a very keepable hand for me. A little bit land heavy. But if I just draw 1 land, the whole rest of the game will be good. So yeah. He's going to go Forest into nothing. I'm going to go Swamp. Duress, see if I can get rid of his 2-drop. He went to 6, so he might only have 1 2-drop. Nope. Let's see, what does Centaur Healer do? This guy's hitting me up with a lot of new cards. Conclave Phalanx. Ghostleaks Predator. Okay, well, I guess we get rid of the Scatter the Seeds. Card Hoarder Order about 6. I'll check that in a second. It's probably something I ordered for a modern deck. He goes to Lesnia Guildgate and passes back. So we're gonna hit him up with his Wicked Akuba. I'll check that later. I can just start hitting him for 5 with this if he doesn't have a... Well, he does have a 3-drop, though. We saw it. And it was a 3/3, so it does stonewall my Wicked Akuba. And he gains 3 life. So hopefully we can draw one of our many removal spells. Even a Deadweight would be fine against this thing. We got another Grey Merchant, which isn't bad. We're going to start draining him for a bunch of life eventually. I'm tempted to cast the Carnophage here, but I think I'm just better off to pass. If he... Yeah, let's cast the Carnophage. Then, now he won't swing on me because I can crack back for more. I probably could anyway. Honestly, that probably was not the best decision to cast the Carnophage. But it's fine, because when I do get up to Grey Merchant mana, I will be able to hit him for more with the Carnophage than without. Yeah, again, next turn I probably just want to get the removal. There's an Elvish Visionary, which makes sense from what we've seen of his deck. Yeah, honestly, just any removal spell for that Centaur. Any targeted removal spell, I guess. But like a Victim of Night, just clean up the board and get in. Pay my 1 life. And, well, speak of the devil. Here is a Victim of Night. And I can just swing in for 4. If he doesn't block the Wicked Akuba, I will pump up to 6. Then next turn I can shoot him for 5 with a Grey Merchant, and then 7 with a Grey Merchant. This game seems to be going in my favor. Boop. Boop. And turn. Cast Plains. I remember he had a 4-drop. It was something that gained him life. Oh, or Kozilek's Predator. That works too, I guess. So he's probably building up to cast that thing which gained him life for each creature he had. If I could just draw into a Shrivel right now, that'd be great. I'm considering going 4 Shrivel in the sideboard and taking out Complete Disregard entirely. But it is really good against certain decks. There's another Victim of Night. So I think I'm going to just go Swamp. Victim the Kozilek's Predator. Then I can swing in with my Akuba and my Carnophage. And if he doesn't block, he's going to take 7, which will put him in lethal from my double Grey Merchants. And I think he only had like 3 or 4 points of life gain in hand, so yeah, he's going to have to block. Good. Yeah, as long as we can just force down that life total a little bit more, we will eventually just be able to run him out, I think. He doesn't have a ton of cards in hand, so I don't think that he's going to have a ton of life gain for that reason. Only that one card that I saw. Most decks in Pauper don't run very much life gain. There's an Eldrazi, a Nest Invader. Eldrazi spawn making guy, I will call him. Oh, I forgot to deal him. No, I didn't. He blocked the Wicked Akuba. What am I thinking? Yeah, we'll see. He's gonna hit me for 1 with the Visionary. Down to 16. And then I'll untap, go down to 15 for the Carnophage. And there's the Shrivel. Do I cast it now? Or do I swing in first? I think I'm just gonna swing in, then cast it, because I don't want him to gain all that life off of his, whatever that creature was. Go to attacks, swing with both. He's probably gonna trade the Nest Invader for the Wicked Akuba. But that's fine. If I can just disrupt his board, I'm happy. Because I can get in... So now I can get in for 2. And then... Ooh. He's going to convoke out a Spread the Seeds. That's great. If he can make a nice big board right before I Wrath. Yeah, there we go. Get you some 1/1s, man. And... Shrivel. There we go. So... Now I can just cast my Grey Merchants, keep swinging in for damage. There's a Scion of the Wilds. Take one from my Carnophage. And a Dewuthi Slayer for me. I'm just going to cast the Slayer. I want to save the Grey Merchants for when they'll do a little bit more than 3. I'll probably cast them now, though, because he's getting to be on a pretty tight clock with my Grey Merchants. He might just be able to make a ton of creatures, though. He might have another Spread the Seeds here. Kozilek's Predator. Yeah, that's pretty bad, actually. Because I can't swing in through it, and it makes his Scion a 4/4. I won't block if he attacks, which he almost certainly will. Yep, take it. Okay. And I will pay the one for... Well... Yeah, I'll pay the one for my Carnophage. Okay, here we go. Grey Merchant of Asphodel. Drain him for 5. Now then, I'll get in for 2 with my Slayer. And he goes down to 4. So my next Grey Merchant will be lethal if he does not choose to gain life this turn. If he does choose to gain life this turn, my next Grey Merchant will bring him down, what, he's going to have 5 life gained, and then I'll get him back for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then I can kill him with my Dewuthi Slayer. So I'm pretty sure he's dead next turn no matter what he does. But we'll see, he might have something that I don't know about. He plays a Scion of the Wild. So I think I just take the 8 damage that he swings in with now. I don't think there's any combat trick that can kill me in Pauper. Because he can... I think the max he can pump to in Pauper is 11. And I don't think he'd be running combat tricks in this deck anyway. No blocks. And then I can just cast Grey Merchant and win. Let's see. He might have some random life gain spell. I don't think he can gain enough life for 1 mana, though. Oh, he's just going to be scattering the seeds? Okay, nice. You do that, opponent. Gain 1 life. Oh, Conclave Phalanx. Okay. So he's going to gain a ton of life. I forgot that had Convoke. So he's at 10 now. Pay my 1 for Carnophage. But he's tapped out, so I can just go Swamp. Wait, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Exaxis with Shadow. Nice. So this should just be GG. And hit him for 8. And there we go. There's the concession. So, taking down game 1. See you in the next match.